What's up, my people? So, do you think P2B can actually win this next presidential election? This is the question circulating all over the internet. But I'm here today to break something new to you. Of course, it's a breaking news time. So, the biggest question many Nigerians have, they are asking is not even if he can actually win the next presidential election. Most people have that question, yes, but most people still have different questions in mind, which is, can Peter Obi become the next president in Nigeria? And the second question is, what is going to become of Nigeria if he wins this presidential election? Many Nigerians, many people have even talked about Peter Obi in different ways. Some say his time has passed. Why some Nigerians still believe, the strongest political days are still ahead of Peter Obi. Many Nigerians still believe that that man still have a great time in destiny, in politics in Nigeria. But the truth is, the answer is not even simple. It's not as simple as you think. Is he going to win presidential election by online support? No, not just by online support. But because winning a presidential election in Nigeria is not just about popularity, it's not about people knowing you, it's not about people just liking you just like that. It's about structure. All these things have the way it works. It's about power. It has a way it's being controlled. It's about alliances, people who are by your side, who believe in you. It's about money. You need to guard the cash. If you don't have it, you're going to have a little bit of comma because you can't even be able to print, your cards or your, what is it called again? Your flyers, Abby, or posters. No, not posters, like banner, other stuffs. You can't be able to print those things. That is what I mean by money. You need money. You need the regional support and timing. So winning presidential election in Nigeria requires about 7 stuffs I just mentioned right now for you to be able to sit on that chair. Now, when you talk about structure, it has a way all these things work. Of course, you need to come apply for it. You need people's attention. You need people's permission. You need support. You need a lot of things. You need to go through some screenings. You need to be able to show that you are, eligible for this position. Now, let's actually start with the biggest reason why these many Nigerian people, both young and old, still believe Peter Obi has a chance to win this presidential election. The youth support. Of course, in my previous video I just posted, you're going to see that I was talking about why Nigerian youth believe that Peter Obi could still become a president in Nigeria. So the youth support is one of the biggest reasons, one of the biggest chances, one of the biggest support Peter Obi have in this time. During this election, millions of Nigerian youth will come out openly to support him. Many Nigerian youth are already casting their vote in primary election. I posted the video. It's on my YouTube channel. Go search for it and watch it. Many people are already on social media flooding with campaigns. Many people, many Nigerian youth are already creating video supporting Peter Obi. There are rallies that are going on behalf of Peter Obi. Debates are moving on behalf of Peter Obi. Many first-time voters have even joined in voting for Peter Obi in this primary election. Because of Peter Obi, so many people are getting voters card. So many Nigerians do not even know what voters card is. Across cities like Lagos, in this recent primary election, Peter Obi got about 2.5 million votes from just Lagos. You can imagine. Across Abuja, we have cities that are voting, willing to vote him in. If you come to Port Harcourt, Aja, a lot of people come into other states and beyond. Peter Obi created energy that suppressed, in fact, it surprised this political establishment. It did, honestly. For many Nigerian youths, he became a symbol of change. Peter Obi became somebody Nigerian youth are looking at like a messiah, looking at like somebody who brought change to the table. And that support is not completely disappeared. They are still supporting him every day, every minute. The supporters, often called disobedient movement. It remains one of the loudest political communities online. It becomes one of the communities that supports P2B strongly. Anytime national issues comes up, his name still trends heavily. Anytime there is any matter, politically that needs to be settled or needs to be argued or debate are flying up and down, of course, P2B is trending, is in the lips of Nigerians. The second way is matters politically. Of course, best popularity alone cannot even come, it cannot just come with, people supporting your line. Popularity alone cannot even win, Nigerian presidency. It cannot. So, you need challenge. You need to win. Nigerian elections are deeply complex. Of course, if you are very, very familiar with electoral practices, election matters, talks, you understand what I'm talking about. To become president, a candidate needs support across different states, different regions, different areas, different religious groups, different political ethnic groups as well. Political structures, a candidate must build the alliance with governors. You will build alliance with lawmakers. You will build alliance with party leaders. You will build alliance with grassroots organizers. So you will not just come out from nowhere and you want to become a president. So many analysts still believes his political structure is not even yet strong enough nationwide compared to older major major parties that have already gotten grounds both in the country and abroad during elections. Political structures matter heavily. In rules, in some rural areas, it matters heavily. Where social media influence is weaker, these political parties makes it stronger for you to conquer some areas, because not every area is familiar, not every area is on social media. So some areas knows about these strong parties, they don't know social media. So you need social media, you need a strong party to be in support of you. Then you can be able to conquer some rural areas. In many villages, smaller communities, elections are still controlled by local political networks that have existed for many years. So that system is difficult to break. You can't just bring social media and you want it to conquer the normal political way many people are already aware of. We have mothers, we have fathers that are not on social media. They are, aware of this pattern of politics. So the system is very difficult to break just like that. And another major factor, party strength. You need it. If P2B connects context, if he contests again under the Labour Party, many people wonder whether the party itself is strong enough to compete nationwide against larger political machines. If he's strong enough, some supporters believe he may need stronger political parties, alliance, people, coalitions to increase his chances of becoming a president. In Nigeria elections, they are not just won. Nigeria elections are not just won by emotional support. They are not won by only campaign fundings. They are not won by security influence or even political negotiations. No, or even legal battles. You will need balancing. You need to balance all the roles. You need to balance all the play. You need to balance all the things. Huge roles behind the scenes must be played. So it's not just a matter of emotional talks, political negotiations, or even security check. It's not even all those things. So if you must become someone who sits on a seat, you need on the ground support. You need behind the scene support. You need to play your roles behind the scenes, behind what people can see. So that is this matter on ground right now. I don't want this video to be too long, and that is why I'm going to cut it short here. But in my next video, I'm going to be talking about supporters of P2B seeing things differently. I'm going to talk about that. So just stay tuned in this channel and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and tell me what you think in the comment section.